Okay, says we're live. I don't do as many of these, but I do appreciate everyone that is here tonight. What I'm going to do is talk about the toy drive that I'm doing this year again. If anyone who follows me, I did it last year. So what we're going to do is talk about that a little bit and talk about whatnot, talk about what's going on, and then I'm going to put the link in the chat and hopefully a couple other resellers. I did send a little message earlier today. Maybe a couple resellers can join me and make it. It's a lot easier to how do you say, talk with other people instead of hearing my own voice. So I do appreciate it. What I've been doing this past week is watching baseball. The Rangers are going into the World Series, and what is it? Yeah, I think the Braves and the Phillies. So I'm Phillies, so I'm hoping the Phillies win tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I think that is coming on pretty soon. But I've watched actually more baseball this past week than I've watched in Phil. Right? That's your YouTube name, right, Phil? So I've watched more baseball in the past week than I've probably in my whole life. So what we're doing tonight is the video that we're doing right now is last year, if you guys remember that follow me, I did basically a toy drive where we donated over $3,000 worth of toys to Toys for Tots. We donated locally here in Pennsylvania, Wayne County Sheriff, and there was another Wayne County, and we actually donated $250 towards the Jeebus Treasure Hunting with Jeebus, the Christmas that they do. So we sent them $250 via PayPal, and we actually did a giveaway because Susan Stricker won last year, and she donated it back, and we actually were able to sell that and get more toys, and we did a giveaway at the local Subway that my wife runs, and we did a Facebook ad, and people came in. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to do this for I know I'm not going to raise $1,200 tonight, but the goal is to basically raise $1,200, $20 spot. I already raised $60 because when I was on KK show the other day, or I was on T Auctions for You show the other day. KK Kathy's Corner donated $60. So what we're going to do is, if you want to send $20, you'll get a spot, and then when we get to the $1,200, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll put a prize wheel on. And this year, what I chose to do is to try to help other resellers and stick with the reselling community. We're going to give 3 $50 gift cards out, so you can get whatever you want if you win, and it will be done live to show that it's not fixed. Everybody has a chance to win and stuff like that. So this will be we got only a couple people in here now, so I'm hoping that if you guys are watching this on the replay, you understand. You'll see, like I said, if you send to patpa72@aol.com, we already have purchased some of the toys already out of my own pocket, but the goal is to take that $1,200, and we're going to actually do, I'll show you here, I'm going to take some of my own inventory that I have, and we're going to do, let me share this screen. We're going to do hold on. How do I present? It's been a while. Share screen. I got 2 monitors here. Yeah, so I'm going to do a whatnot on Friday night, and you'll see here this is the show that I'm going to be doing Friday night, where I already have 20 products in there, and everything I sell is going to go towards hey, Pat, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping. I do appreciate it. So on Friday on whatnot at 6:00, and there's a link below in the description, everything that I sell is going to go towards the toy drive too. So I'm going to give away over $3,000 worth of toys, but because I buy stuff through liquidation, I'm able to pretty much buy that stuff for about 50%, 40%. This time of the year, it's tough because everybody wants toys. So 40 to 50% off, and we're going to support 3 or 4 charities again, like we did last year. So the goal is to do the raffle, the $20 that way, and then also part with some of my own stuff. With if I make $2 on whatnot, there I could sell that stuff and put it towards donating. The goal is, and that'll be about um, 2 to 3 pallets worth of toys, and probably going to even donate some clothes, brand new clothes that I have. So that's the goal. Let me remove this, and again, in the description box is that. So where have I been? I've case I've actually, and people don't know, I've been doing cancer treatment. Unfortunately, I had cancer 7 years ago, breast cancer. And this time I found out 3 months ago that it came back into my lungs. So I've been doing treatment I did actually have to take pills every day and a shot once a month. So it's a much tougher battle this time than the first time. So that's why that's why I haven't been active in doing videos. But I still think it's important to give back and do things. So I'm still wanting to do the toy drive. So this is why I'm doing this. So I do appreciate everyone that's watching and that is here. I'm going to put a link in the chat, and if anybody wants to come by and just chat, and you got to make sure your camera's on and stuff like that. But just to kind of hang out, I like to kind of be on here for about an hour. Just talk about. Yes, I have to keep going. Rest when you need to. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Phil. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Life is short, and I tell you, it's been I'm always grateful for every day, but it's been a tough battle, honestly, the past 3 months, mentally worrying about it and looking at all options and stuff. And obviously when you're taking meds, it does affect other things. So there's the link if you want to, if somebody wants to come in and just chat and hang out, even if you want to hang out just for 10 minutes. And I would appreciate it. Keep me company. Oh, here we got what I'm going to add to the stage. Hey.
Patdees, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well.
Yeah, it's tough to be focused on, but you can't focus on the bad stuff every day. I just got to hope that the treatments that I'm doing work, and
Yeah, Johnny and I, we've talked a lot about you. She made the fear of what's happened to you drove her to some of her decisions. When she was offered a lumpectomy, and they told her that that should be fine, and she chose to have a double mastectomy to really come close to eliminating any reoccurrence.
Yeah.
It's it's a fear she lives with. I see it every 6 months when she gets her scans, and cancer. If it hasn't affected everybody in this audience, it will affect you in your lifetime, some way or another, through yourself, through a loved one. There's no way to dodge this bullet that is cancer.
And, I had a full mastectomy on the left side, and 41 rounds of radiation, and was on tamoxifen for 5 years, and even going for a mammogram, and yet it was still missed. And I questioned it during our last doctor's appointment, and they said, well, you didn't have no symptoms. Right. And it was really by fluke that I had my lower kidney was bothering me, and I thought maybe I had a kidney stone, and that's when it came up on the x-ray, and I went through the test. Never knew until 3 months ago that it can go to other parts of your body. Never heard of that.
Yeah, that was the one thing she was very fortunate. She had no lymph node involvement, so
yeah, and I don't either. I have it just in my
lung. Either. Oh, wow.
Yeah. yeah. I don't have it. I have it in my lungs. That's it. It's not in my lymph node. When they did they took out the one lymph node when I had the surgery 7 years ago, and that was it. And they said no, all clean. And even did the BRCA test, which is a gene test to make sure that my sons don't have it. And no, that came up all right. I didn't even know. And it sucks because you're trying to be proactive and you go down to that. You go on Google and you look, oh my God. And it sometimes can be a nightmare, but you're trying to educate yourself on,
Right.
the stuff. And I didn't, there's 6 to 8 different versions of it.
Right.
Which I didn't even know. Now, honestly, to make it 5 years is about 30%, but it's an individual case, and that's on an age and other factors. I was at the bank, about a month ago, and the young lady that knows me said, "Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while," and she knows what I'm going through, and she told me that her mother had it 13 years ago, and she actually did chemo and is still here and just on maintenance drugs. Um, People say to me, "Are you on chemo?" I said, "No, I'm actually on hormone therapy. It's estrogen strong. So what they're trying to do is drain the estrogen, and then the tough pill that I take twice a day is supposed to shrink or stop it from spreading." And that's what that is. But
Yeah,
honestly, go ahead.
Joni had the devil. She had triple negative. So no hormone whatsoever. It was just there.
Yeah.
So chemo was really the only choice on that one, and she just crossed 5 years. So
There's a story out there of a lady that had, like, I read that, I don't know, like 14 years ago, she had a special cancer vaccine, and she's been cancer free since. So my hope is, and I the day that I found out, I was sitting in Wendy's, and it was the last hamburger I ever ate. Because when I got the call, I just chose that, they always say what you eat hurts you, because it says don't drink, don't smoke, don't eat red meat, don't eat processed food. So I took the attitude, well, I'm going to cut out any of that stuff. I don't drink or smoke anyways, but and I'm down on my own 50 almost 57 pounds. And
yeah, that's exactly what I've lost.
yeah.
57.
Now, the last month I've been struggling back and forth a little bit between 5 and 8 pounds. But when I went to the doctor last week, they said I was down 5 pounds. But I see 10 people are in here tonight. Scott's on. We're talking a little bit about my health issue that I have. And honestly, this is how I found Scott and YouTube, because when I had closed my restaurant and was dealing with breast cancer and had heart issues, I'm like, well, what am I going to do to work? And I had Googled, and I came across Scott on YouTube. It popped up in my stream, eBay and breast cancer, because what you were going through with Joni. And
If anybody wants to follow Joni's, there's a playlist on my channel. Her story told through her. She did 7 or 8 videos where I just let her talk, and she talks about all from beginning to end of her breast cancer journey. And she's still on it. She volunteers twice a week, every week in the infusion center here, and we raised. She came on, I guess, about a month ago, and asked people if they wouldn't mind helping her celebrate by donating snacks, and people were absolutely amazing. So she's still got quite a few of those she's taken and given out. But that's really helped her. But therapy, it really has helped her, because she felt okay. So you go through all these emotions. She felt really fearful. Could this cost you your life at the beginning? And then as she progressed and was progressing as they had hoped, you look around and there are cancers in so many forms. She's like, I feel terrible. I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones, even though I'm going through this. There's certain cancers are death sentences.
yeah,
And she had the bad breast cancer, but it was called. She called it herself, ladies. So do your own self exams between. Get your mammograms done. I'm telling you, she preaches that over. She's been, this month is breast cancer awareness, and she's been putting all over her Facebook page. And the sooner that you detect it, you're so much better off. And but
Yeah,
yeah,
and don't be. A lot of times you hear people like my wife just told me a guy that we knew. I mean, I know he's in his 70s, but but he hated going to doctors. And if something doesn't feel right, and for me, when I was lifting weights and losing weight before, I felt that underneath my that mass in my chest, and it was in November, and in February I lost more, and by the time I went to the doctor, within 3 weeks I was having the surgery. And don't think, and men, it's really rare because it's only like 2,000 people. Hey, Elsa, it's only 2,000 people that men that get it a year, and
right.
then even to get a reoccurrence is rare. So it's like Jesus mighty. So I'm hoping I'm one of the rare guys, and I make it past 5 years. You know, I mean, I don't try to ask a whole lot of questions because sometimes I may not like the answer. Um, and they got to wait and see what things are going to happen. I know when I took my first PET scan, they said already it was working, but to be honest, it could work for 2 years and then stop working.
Yeah, my
So
dad, they gave him 6 weeks to live, but he had cancer back in 87, 86, 87,
yeah,
and or 85, 86, and they gave him 6 weeks. It was some highly carcinogenic thing they did at his work. He worked in a hospital, and it sort of treatment worked, and after about 12 or 14 months, they're like, you know, we can't find it, you know. And then 2 months later, he was gone. It came back I mean, it went
yeah.
from we can't find it to 2 months. So
Yeah, I mean, they say with breast cancer, there's like 150,000 roughly people in the United States that have metastatic breast cancer right now. So there's a lot. I mean, they're doing, but they're developing a lot more, honestly, with AI and actually with the vaccines. They're doing. I read they have where 18 people they gave that had was it like colon cancer or something like that, and all 18 people don't have cancer no more. So they've already beat that, and so they've done that. So
is that the guy who's experimenting with the veterinary medicine? There was one that I hear a lot about.
yeah, and to be honest, that's one guy. If you look into that deer tick or whatever, the dog delimer, no, that's there's only one guy that's ever made a video. If you basically my other channel where I talk about money and stocks, I
Right.
watch more videos over there because I don't want to populate this channel with all that because sometimes it can be like, oh my god, I don't want when you don't want to see it every day, or but that guy's only ever made one video. But no, there's a lot of things going on right now that and even you'll see commercials where people are living much longer with some of the new technology that they're doing. So um Scott, I do appreciate you stopping in. There won't be no. This will be the only live that there's no drama. I've been seeing there's been drama lately.
Well, there's gonna be one. There's gonna be one tomorrow too because I've already posted the title of the show. I think it's the one thing you can do is one thing you're doing is you're killing your business and you're killing your life. It's the negativity, man, all that stuff. If you let that stuff seep in, it destroys you, your outlook, your business. You can't. And so I'm gonna talk a lot about that tomorrow. I'm tired of even the people that are so negative about eBay and eBay's. There's a class of resellers that have come in during the pandemic when everything was easy.
Yeah,
And if you know anything about reselling online, it's not easy, and they didn't have to work as hard because everything sold. And now that this is a new normal from the old normal. The same stuff doesn't sell now that sold then, and it always changes. And if you don't have a positive mental outlook and can really attack and stay ahead, and treat others around you well and treat yourself well, I'm telling you, you're not going to be successful. Cat D, I'm doing just fine selling on eBay. I put a lot of effort into selling on eBay the last couple of months, and in the last 90 days, I've sold more than I did all last year. eBay is not broken. Is people are not, if they don't listen. If eBay makes a suggestion, maybe you should do this. They're not telling you this because they like you, they feel good about it. They're telling you because that's what they're looking for.
Right.
And it's a mess right now.
If anybody else wants to come in, I did put the StreamYard link in there. I sent something out. I know not everybody likes to come on camera and stuff like that, but you're going live with what I see? Steve and Todd comes on with you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes
and I see Harlan sometimes coming late. John, he's out doing multiple vacations. I see.
Yeah, I think they're on the California coast doing something. That's another one. John, the amount of weight he lost, man. They posted a picture on Facebook last night. I'm like,
yeah, he looks good.
Holy hell! I mean, the one thing I can tell you got to take care of your health, folks, and eat right. I've given up sugar for the most part. As a keto lifestyle. We went to Cincinnati to Resell Remix, had a lot of fun. Not remix, but Resell Rally, had a lot of fun. And I went off that diet for 2 days, and I felt like death warmed over, and I went right back on it. And imagine that, all those bad feelings went away. It's
Did you just went to the one that recently they had with the Pete
in Cincinnati? Yeah, with Pete.
Oh, okay. Because I saw, I follow some of the guys like Kevin Commonwealth Picker, and they went live, and Kevin's been going to a lot of different. He was just out in Vegas and to that one too, and I saw Harlan out there, dressed in his pimp suit, I guess if that's what you want to call it. I asked him where you were. He said, "Oh, you didn't go that time."
I just went to Cincinnati. I didn't. I mean, maybe I could have done both, but it's just I've spent some time. I'm trying to rearrange my work area, so
yeah,
I've been doing that for the last week. So hopefully tonight I'm gonna finish that up.
Are you still doing Amazon or? Yeah, Amazon's not as easy as it used to be either.
No, I just got so much eBay inventory right now, and that's what I like to find. A lot of it too is people get so hung up in a lot of things, they forget to enjoy what they do, enjoy your life. Steve and Steph have said that for years, enjoy your life. And it's truly, you got to enjoy your life. You got to enjoy what you do. If you don't like what you do, change it. It's never been a time in history where it's been so easy and where you could take your passion and monetize your passion to, whatever it is in life you love and like, find out how to make that your life.
Did you learn anything when you went to Cincinnati, or it was more of a social thing?
Oh, it was all social.
Yeah.
I learned my new phone is a great camera.
Yeah. Did you do any recording or no?
Barely. Johnny went with me, so
yeah.
Hey, Kim, dear.
Kimmy now is a mom again.
I saw that.
Yeah, her and Goose. About 5 weeks or 4 or 5 weeks, right?
Yeah. I've already seen pictures of Chris. So
yeah.
But it's we did a flea market up there. So me and my buddy Jennifer and Kevin, the other Kevin, Tennessee Kevin.
Yeah, Tennessee Picker. Yeah.
And I'm not the most outgoing person in person with people I don't know. So I met a lot of people, but not as many as I probably could have. But and I had the camera for a little bit, but it's just
yeah. Oh, Goose! Hey, Goose, what's up, buddy?
Currently feeding the baby. Awesome.
Yeah.
Y'all are in the wonderful times of no sleep whatsoever.
I saw that you're considering doing a meetup next year.
Yeah, I think me and Phil are going to get Nashville next year done. So
Yeah.
And it's straight social. It'll be just like it was. Everybody at the same hotel. We'll do some meals together. We'll point people towards yard sales or the flea market or lots of stuff to do in the area. But that's the true value of these large gatherings is spend time with people who like-minded people who you can really if you're sitting around the hotel with some drinks or whatever you want and just in a social setting and ask people questions, it's amazing the amount of knowledge that you can gain just by spending time and listening to what other people do.
Yeah, we went to the when I was there, and that was what 4 years ago. We went to the flea market, which they
Yeah,
redid or they moved it.
it's completely redone. It's in the same spot, but it's kind of down the hill from where it was.
Oh, okay.
They built a brand new facility, and now that because the part that they took over, they built a big soccer stadium there.
Yeah,
So
that's what I heard.
the Nashville soccer team plays there.
I bought some stuff from garage and an estate sale. I remember. I always liked some of the garage sales and the estate sales. You see if you get the right price, and they don't care. You seem to sell that stuff pretty quick.
Yeah, Nashville usually has 70 to 80 estate sales a weekend, so that's not a hard thing to find there.
Yeah. I remember when I came down, I think it was 15 and a half hours straight.
Yeah. My record is 25 and a half. I left John's house in Laughlin, Nevada, and drove all the way here one straight shot. 1,700 miles or 1,600 miles, 1,700 miles at one time.
Well, on the way home, that's on the way back, I stopped and saw John Johnson at his store in Missouri, and then I stopped and saw Eric Weber in Ohio.
Yeah, he said he might come on tonight. He put in the message.
I saw that. Yeah,
I hadn't talked to Eric in a long time. He's one of the smarter guys I've ever met. It's amazing a memory to remember just tons of stuff. Yeah. Really, if you want to know questions about eBay and what's really going on with eBay, between Eric and Jason, I got a feeling they figured out whatever it is.
I talk to him once in a while, but now that he's also working a full-time job at a storage facility.
Oh, I didn't know. Nice.
Yeah. He's working at. He took a job probably the beginning of the year working at like a local storage place. And I think because, with health insurance and stuff, that's another thing that people don't realize. The cost of healthcare is just crazy.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. So did you get your garage cleaned up?
Yeah, so it's hard to tell, but this is the desk is flipped to the other side. So these shelves are actually ones that weren't even in here. These are different shelves, but that's I'm trying to make it where there's an intake coming in and then it stops at the picture. There's a prep area, picture area, and then out the other side. And the shipping is on the other side, plus the Amazon computers over there too. So there's Amazon stations on the other side of that shelf right there.
Okay.
And so everything will have a place, and all the stored inventory, which is listed inventory, is in a storage arranged. And I haven't finished arranging that, but it's in a storage building. So I just go 2 miles down the street. So I just go pick it every morning.
Yeah. I'm trying to condense my storage units down. I got 3 of them. I got to condense. I mean, for what I'm paying $460 a month, but it's $460 a month right off the top. And
$270 for 3.
Yeah, and actually, what I'm paying in some areas, that's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I have 900 square feet. Hey, T, welcome. Thanks for coming by. So, are you doing anything with Whatnot or?
I've had 2 or 3. I probably should use it to get rid of it, but I've been using the local auction here to get rid of my overflow and buy stuff for. So
yeah,
the stuff that I would sell on Whatnot goes to the local auction. So
right, yeah, that's the only thing on Whatnot. You got to be willing to sell the stuff cheaper than you're going to sell it on eBay, unless you have a huge following. I know sometimes I watch other, YouTubers, I would say, and they say, and they kind of get criticized because, but it just makes more sense. Obviously, if you got 200,000 more people following you versus 200 people following you, you're going to get more money. You're going to sell more stuff. And I don't know why people criticize that, but also it seems I've been listening lately. Even sometimes some of the whatnotters or the YouTubers are kind of taking offense to it, but it's reality. I mean, it's just like a singer who's established for 10 years. They're going to sell more T-shirts than someone who's just starting out, selling CDs out of the back of their car and stuff. So
But it's that negativity that I'm going to talk about tomorrow is the hate and all that stuff. You spend too much time uh, worried about others. Whenever you see somebody having success, the first thing I want to do is I want to figure out what are they doing and how can I apply that to my business and gain some knowledge. It's not, there's plenty out there for everyone, and it's just it just gets very tiresome of all the negativity, the hate, the jealousy. And then they want to tell you, "Oh, it's a community. We're family."
yeah,
As they're pulling that knife out of your back. I mean, it's.
yeah. I always been the type of person. I don't care what anybody does, as long as it doesn't affect my family or my kids. Who cares? If I'm just not a judgmental person that way, but boy, people, yeah, it can be. And that's what makes sometimes it's sad. It makes reselling so lonely. It's really hard to find people to. I remember one time going into the local Salvation Army, and I ran into a guy that I've known for years, and he never said he did reselling because he felt like he was, like he was and it's like I don't get it, Thanks, Goose. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Phil, why don't you come in? I'm going to put the link there. Yeah, my goal is doing this. If anyone follows me, and I invited people on because honestly, I didn't want to. I couldn't talk an hour. I invited people to come and chat about reselling and life, but last year I gave away over $3,000 worth of toys. And you know what? I can do it because I can't sell that many. I can't when I get something like 300 of something. I can't sell that many unless it's like Legos. So when I get 300 Nerf guns, yeah, maybe I could sell 140, but it doesn't even pay to store them. So I'm like, let's donate them. So last year we donated, and you can go back through my video list and you'll see where I donated to the Toys for Tots locally. So I donated to 3 local charities. I mean, they were to the point where I pulled up with cases of toys. They were like, like the guy said, "Oh, we're not going to put them all in the box." He goes, "We'll put 2 in there so people see it." But he goes, "We'll just put them in the back so when they pick them up." And then we donated $250 to the treasure hunt with Jeebus. And then the lady that won the dollhouse last year wanted us to find someone locally to donate it to that had special needs. And the problem is the timetable, and a lot of times people don't want to share that information. So we sold that. We talked to her. We sold that, and then we did a Facebook page, and we had at my wife's Subway where she runs. We gave away 25. We gave $1,000 worth of toys away, and to people that came in.
Yeah, you want to watch somebody that's truly having a lot of fun. You can't tell me. It comes across in his videos and everything. Anytime you see him, Jeebus is having just a great time.
Oh yeah.
You want to truly figure out how to be successful in life. Figure out what makes you happy, and figure out how to make that also support your life. I mean, Jeebus just carries on and is living his best life. And imagine that people enjoy being around somebody like that who is just outgoing, positive.
And he's actually very simple.
Right.
It's funny because I was just at his house in August when we went down to South Carolina, and he showed me they don't drive a fancy. Now he has probably a $30,000-$40,000 Dragon Ball Z collection, but he drives around like a $10,000 car. and now he's going to be a dad, and just very very simple, very family oriented. His mom lives with him, his brother lives with him, and he bought that big house, and just very goal oriented, and so laid back. I mean, when I was leaving, they're like, hold on, because I introduced my wife was with me this time because she never met them, and they're like, hold on, so we got something for you in the garage, and we go out in the garage, and they gave me a big box. They know I like lunchboxes, so yeah, they gave me about 20 different lunchboxes. Now they can sell them. They don't care, They're like, "Nah, here, we know you like lunchboxes. Here, take them." And they've been supported me the whole time. And he's good. They're really good at editing and storytelling.
Right. No, it definitely is. I think one of the last things I saw of them, that crazy locker with all those guns.
Oh yeah. Well, the one they had because Google or YouTube, whatever, because Google owns YouTube, didn't like it, and it got pulled down. So they had all those views, but they only made.
I think I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah, and then they had to kind of they re-edit it, but where they're doing good is also on Facebook. They're just coming home from Canada now. They probably are home now, but they were just up in Canada, and Amber is due, I think, January.
For those of you who don't know, if you're going to do social media, the platform that pays the absolute most is Facebook.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you can get a Facebook page monetized and through videos, Facebook pays more than anybody.
Well, I was with the Jeebuses and What the Hales back 3 years ago. We were in a McDonald's together, and we had gone to a storage unit auction. I said to them, they hadn't been doing Facebook yet, and I had saw something. I said, "Hey, Facebook's going to start paying people to do videos," and Jeremy goes, "Oh, that's interesting." And then they kind of were thinking about it. I said, "Well, think about it." I said, "Facebook has a lot of drama." I said, "A lot of people are leaving Facebook. So how do you keep people on Facebook? Add videos, add shopping." They added those features. Now, I mean, Facebook Marketplace, even though there's a lot of scammers because those people are just scumbags, but they added that stuff. So now more and more people are staying on there because of all the other stuff that they're putting on there. And videos, I mean, how many times, sometimes I'm watching, Facebook videos more than I am YouTube videos, because the way that it rolls into, and they do a lot of short form, and it's amazing that there's many. I just honestly, I'm just selective on who I add, and if people put hateful comments, I just don't have them on there. And
yeah, I have a lot of. You probably the same way as I am. The back of my house, I've got a huge list of words that trigger a comment to be hidden until I can approve it. So yeah I don't. Life's too short for all the hate and all the negativity. And if somebody's going to come at one of the guests or whatever, if they use a name, if they use someone's name, they're automatically flagged, so nobody ever sees them. There's great satisfaction in knowing, getting this huge diatribe of a comment where somebody has just been hateful and ugly, and I'm the only one that sees it, and I don't even finish reading it before I hit the delete.
Oh, sounds like you got a sale.
Something.
Thank you, Cat D. I do appreciate that. So this, and look, and I know, things are tough. When I'm doing this, is saying, sometimes people will do like auctions, but then people got to ship the item, that costs money. Then they got to have the item donated, that costs money. For $20, and you can if you're shipping it through your PayPal, you just put it as an expense that you bought something from me, and you can, when you do your taxes, you just you can deduct it. So it's not something that, but I just find it this way a lot easier. But I am gonna. I've been doing some Whatnot though, Scott.
Yeah, I watched you once or twice and Whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, like the show that I'm getting ready to do Friday night. $3 items, $5 items, $8. The thing is, if you got it, you got to be willing. You got to buy right and be willing to sell those things
Right.
at that and do volume. But once you build it up, it's just like even Amazon. Once you can get a certain amount of money and scale it up, even though I'm going through this cancer, I still got responsibilities to do, and I can't just sit in my bedroom and just like hang my head and be like, and do nothing. And
it is. You're very fortunate that you're not, but the chemo, which is not just breaking you down, so that you're able to, Amazon FBA people. I don't think people realize when you're reselling and you need a little bit of help, being able to put stuff in a box and never see it again is a good thing.
Yeah. Well, and I always had the attitude. Unfortunately, my dad died when he was 62, but he was a smoker and a drinker, and I always, when I remember when I was a kid, I delivered newspapers, I shoveled snow, I mowed grass, I raked leaves, and did a lot of this stuff for $3. And I always just had that attitude of, my dad was sort of like, oh, well, live for today because you might not make tomorrow. And he wasted money on stuff. But what happens if you do make it? You got to balance that out. You got to be responsible. So even for me, there's things, I have to stay on that attitude that I am going to make it past 5 years. Will it be a battle? Yeah, for sure. But there's still a percentage, even though it's lower, that do. And I got to hope that I caught it early enough and I'm young enough. And I just, it's an awful feeling because you're worried about, how you can leave your wife. And, Jesus, honestly, Scott, if you saw my basement here right now, this is a big burden on them. I mean, one of the things I do got to change is selling on eBay is to niche down some and not be, I'll still be an all around seller, but not be so quick to buy everything. Because I probably got 70 I got over 4,000. Now it's funny because people say, oh, you got to list every day. You got to list every day. I didn't list for 2 months and I still sold about $5,000 worth of stuff in those 2 months. Now, is that rich? No, because
I don't necessarily know you got to list every day, but you have to be active. I mean, you can't take big chunks of time off, but listing every day is a little bit overrated. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that have gotten a lot of traction with that through the years, and there is something to say about that. But the consistency also means you have more items available. So I probably list 4.5 days a week. I don't get all of them just because.
I listed, like I bought from Big Barn Auctions the other day, on whatnot, and I bought 6 wrestlers for like $40. One of them is worth $40, so I listed those. So I'm still, but the money's a little tight because running down in there and obviously not doing as much. You do got to watch, but even if you can't list that day, pay attention to your account and send offers. I send offers several times a week. And it's amazing sometimes by lowering something $1.50, like I'm asking 14 for it, and I send an offer for, sometimes I'll send weird number 12.44, and all of a sudden it's like within 5 minutes. Sometimes that's just enough to trigger, and they're buying it. I want them that when they when they look at it, the mentality is, oh, 12. When it says $12, wait, 12.44. Oh, okay, and they think about it, say, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah, I do strange numbers. I end a lot of my stuff in 88 because 8's is lucky Chinese number.
Oh, yeah, I know, Phil. And poor Phil goes away and comes home, and his father-in-law they thought sleeping in the pickup, and he had a heart attack, and that was it. So
yeah, my father passed away at 43.
Wow. But your mom is still around because I hear you talk about her. My mom's still around actually too, but I haven't lived with her since I'm 12. But she lives 2 hours away, and I don't have a relationship with her. But she's in her. She had my dad and mom had a big age difference, 23 years. But she got to be around 73, 75, and I'm 51.
Yeah, 54. 54 is way too young because
Yeah.
I might be 54.
That's why, I mean, my attitude might be a little different if I was 70, 71. But like I said, they wanted me to talk to a psychologist at the cancer center, and like, all right. And she said to me, you don't really sound like you need me. You kind of know what's going on, this and that. But I said to her, I said, geez, imagine what you can do in the next 20 years. A lot of stuff you can do in 20 years. But like that, a blink of an eye, it goes. So
Yeah,
go
and you're
ahead.
not. That's why the negativity is so crazy. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. Enjoy a lot. Enjoy your life today, and it's. Dang it.
So I want to remind people what I'm doing here. I'm doing the $20 raffle, and we're going to give away 3. And the goal is to do this over the next 3 or 4 weeks. I know I'm not going to raise $1,200 in one day. We use that money and we buy the toys wholesale, and then I'm going to do a whatnot on Friday night. And in the description and below, and then we're gonna sell items $3, $5, $8. So I do have I've sold over 500 things on whatnot. I want to eventually get to the point where I can build up whatnot that it becomes a little bit of a even if I made $1,000 from it a month, that's a lot. Everybody thinks they gotta I gotta sell $400,000 to an extra. Imagine if everyone had $1,000 extra a month. I mean, that could be a car payment, the electric, some places. I mean, I like to say the mortgage or the rent, but some places anymore you can't even rent something for $1,000 a month. It's
You can't hear if you want a 2-bedroom, it's $1,500-$1,600 here.
yeah, that's what it is here anymore. I'm so glad that I helped my son years ago save his money, and he's into a house for now about 6 years, and
With
he
mortgages, it makes sense.
yeah, his mortgage is 4%. And I said to him the other day, I said, with interest rates now twice as much, I said, your payment would be a lot more. I said, so you ought to be glad. And the value of his house has gone up in 6 years.
Yeah, ours is 2.1.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So if anyone is watching this in the replay and has any questions, don't be afraid to reach out. I don't know if Scott, if you can tomorrow just do it like 2 minutes. Say, hey, I was on with Patdees last night. If you go check out his videos, he's doing his toy drive. I'd appreciate that.
I will.
I know you're busy with other things and stuff like that, but
I'm writing a sticky note and I'm putting on the microphone right now.
Okay, I'd appreciate it because sometimes late at night at the different audience that you have at night versus during the day and stuff like that. You go live now at what, 9:00? I like the one day you said, "Oh, stop in." I was getting ready to go to the cancer center, and now that those visits are getting to be less and less because what happens is when you start these treatments, your body will. What they're trying to watch is that it's stable, nothing crazy going on. Otherwise, they got to stop. And honestly, my diet and everything I'm going on, my blood's the best it's been in years. Years.
Yeah, I can't wait. I go in a couple of weeks for I get every 6 months checkups just because of the high blood pressure, which is my kidneys. But because my weight going up and down doesn't affect my blood pressure for some reason. But yeah, I haven't been this light in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't been the weight that I haven't been in 9 or 10 years. And my goal is the beginning of next year is to be at a point where I'll be down like when I was 20.
Yeah, I'm that's where I'm at. I'm at 191 right now. I want to lose 15 more.
Yeah.
That's a set of shelves. You can. I'm on the other side of the building now. That's the door going into the backyard. The desk used to be right beside those where the air pillow thing and the holders are on the wall over there. underneath that big flag's where the desk used to be. The flag is still there. The "Don't Tread on Me" flag. Maybe I'll move it on this side. And that way everybody can see the Trump flag whenever and give them something to talk about.
How is the reselling going for you this year?
So I'm not selling as much dollar wise, but because I've backed into eBay, I make more money per dollar. So
Yeah.
the profit has remained the same. It's just the sales look different because when you're mixing in local and you're mixing in eBay. Yes, that's correct. You can see it right there. That's the stripes are what's holding the insulation to the garage door right there.
I'm doing better on eBay. I mean, honestly, listing every day did help.
There's a track to the garage door. I'm gonna.
They can't open though, right?
No, it opens.
Oh, okay.
Well, you want me to open it? It's cold outside.
No. It's cold here too. It was 37, but what's weird is it's supposed to be Thursday and Friday 70.
Yeah. So Goose, what I did was I'm making a video while I'm doing it. I flipped it around because I put all the shipping against the wall over there. So instead of having to keep turning to fix the box and turn around to get the tape, turn around to get the label, it's all so the shipping starts in that corner where the desk used to be and kind of moves to the door out. Trying to make everything make a flow to the office. So I took all the inventory. I took 8 truckloads of inventory out of here and filled up a 10 by 20 storage building. Probably 75% of that's listed, so it's over there, organized or not organized yet, but it will be. And tried to make this where I can, because the one thing I can tell you is if it's always a cluster, everything's a mess, you're not going to get anything done because it's going to be frustrated. So I've tried. So these 2 shelves here are going to be for stuff that's coming in, and I'm working on listing. I just got them up today, so I haven't cleared this table here yet. But it's all about having to bring stuff in, and it has a path out of here to the other storage building so that I could be more efficient. It was so crowded in here, you couldn't get 2 people in here. You had to walk sideways. It was pretty bad. So
yeah. Where are you primary sourcing now?
It's still retail arbitrage and garage sales.
Yeah. Did you hear about Rite Aid?
Oh yeah, they're going to close quite a few of them.
Yeah, and they announced in Pennsylvania stores they were closing. They've been closed the last month. There were stores that did like I said to the one lady a couple months ago, and you know, like you said, during COVID it was easy. If you found 4 or 5 items that you could sell that were sold at a premium, marked up, and that store seemed to have them, you could do fine. Now, problem I face is sometimes I'll list, like, let's say this bottle of water. A week later, I'll get it. Nope, can't list it. Nope, they'll take it down, and Amazon's like, no, unless you can basically give us an invoice that shows like you're buying from. Nope, they won't have your buy. It's, you know, I like selling on Amazon because it's easy. You don't have to take pictures, and if you could find the right products to scale. But oh my God, like I got 2 items returned yesterday. One, the lady said it wasn't authorized. Okay, it came back. This was 6 weeks ago. It came back to yesterday, opened. And then another one, the guy goes, oh, I thought I was buying a DVD, not a VHS. I'm like, okay. So he sent it back, and that was from 6 weeks. Like, people don't even care. They even get the label, and when they feel like sending it in, they do. So Amazon's just become more and more frustrating.
Yeah, that's why I've done a lot more FBM lately, because you've got
I do that.
100%. You get a lot more control. You know, at 30 days, you can cut them off. I mean, there's stuff that, you know, none of that Amazon. If you call and complain too much, they'll give you 6 months. They'll give you a return. Man, yeah, I don't play that.
Yeah, I'm gonna call up Amazon and tell them, like, as long as I take a picture of that one damage. But the thing is, now Amazon's got to step up sometimes though and have our backs as sellers, because, you know, I think about the money that they've made off me the last 3.5 years. It's a lot.
they don't care because they feel entitled because they are they look at themselves as we're allowing you to sell to our customer. They're only on Amazon because Amazon is Amazon and they're our customer. Where eBay, you're eBay is the middleman for you and your customer.
Yeah.
And so that's why I've done FBM. That's why I've pushed back in the eBay, and I'm selling different on Amazon too. I sell a lot of used stuff on Amazon now that I didn't used to sell before because it's it's gotten so hard to find stuff that the retail arbitrage thing and the race to the bottom. It's real, and
Yeah.
you've got so many people that just don't understand numbers. It's amazing. You look at it and go, even if you gave it to you for free, you would lose money by selling that on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah, right. Like for example, if you're selling this, it weighs a pound, and it costs you. If you're selling it for $8 and it costs $8 to ship, you're losing the fee to Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon's the only one making money. The end of
Yeah.
fulfillment.
Yeah, and it's like I mean, I've taken things off of that because of that situation. Because I'm like, no, I'd rather, to be honest, I'd rather give it away on Whatnot as a buyer appreciation. It's just crazy. I mean, are you selling anything on Facebook at all?
A couple here or there, not much because
Yeah.
of the local auction. I can get rid of anything
Oh,
except
that's yeah,
for
like Harlan does, right?
yeah. So
And
all my big items go up there.
where's he at tonight?
I don't know.
Huh.
He had dinner with some ugly bearded guy.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, we do every Tuesday night. There's like 5 or 6 of us that do resellers that do Tuesday night
Yeah.
wing. So we had Tuesday night wing night tonight. There was 5 of us there.
Yeah. Well,
Tracy, you met Tracy. Tracy was there. Uh, T
like,
Flip, you met T Flip. You met Tracy in Nashville. Tall, real thin. He's he's a retired fireman. He was in Nashville.
oh, okay.
And
Yeah, there's some people I didn't even.
And then Justin, the flipping accountant.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Yeah,
He's the one. Does he still get those damn Legos?
yeah, he's currently selling out of Legos. Lego has been using Voorhees to send out letters, so he is.
It's funny that you say that because I had picked up some Legos from the local warehouse about a month ago, and I couldn't list them on Amazon.
Yeah, they've been using Voorhees to chase people. Listen.
Yeah, I went through Lego and was approved, and I mean, I tell you, that's how I scored at the beginning of the year. But now the liquidation warehouse is selling, instead of selling a lot of stuff by the pallet, they're selling one-offs too. So my own seller or provider has become competition.
Phil, I don't know. The local auction we sell at it's actually in Tennessee. For most people don't realize I live 12 miles from Tennessee.
Yeah, I know you live close. Reselling is not as easy as to make a living as people. It's not for the weak.
Yes, so you need an auctioneer license and a broker's license in order to hold.
Yeah, they sell Phil and I haven't talked to Jason in a while, Jason Deason, but they sell on high bid.
Yeah, I think you can do the online stuff. I don't know that if you did high bid you would need one. Alabama treats online auctions different.
Well, we're at that 1 hour mark. I do appreciate everyone that did come in. If you're watching on the replay, hey, Glenn, what's up?
It says you do even for an online. So if I were to run a high bid site, I would need an auction. I would need a license.
Yeah, but even if you're going through their platform, I'm not sure. So Yeah, well, here you can do. Wait a minute. It says, yeah, here you can do a hybrid without a license, but it has to be online only. Yeah, and he lives in Oklahoma. Thanks again for the few people that did donate to the cause. I'm going to be doing this honestly for about. That's why I know it's only October, but they'll start basically collecting the toys usually around December the 1st. So the next 3 to 5 weeks, you know, that's the goal. I just saw 15. I'm going to buy one more pallet towards this. So pallets are expensive now too. That's another thing is compared to what they were before when there's less, supply and demand, the price is up. Have you ever bought a pallet yet, Scott, or no?
I have, but it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, Scott, I do appreciate you coming on, and I do appreciate giving me an hour of your time, and thanks for a couple people that did donate towards what I'm doing. And again, we will when we do hit that point, we'll have a live raffle, and we'll be giving out 3 $50 eBay gift cards, so you can support other resellers. And instead of giving one prize away, we'll give 3. And then we are going to be on Whatnot Friday night at 6:00. Scott, tell them what you're doing next.
Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central, we'll do the live show. It's every Wednesday. And then I'm gonna do some Friday morning, so Friday evening. So we did last Friday. It was a lot of fun. So hell, I'm old. I don't do anything on Friday night, so I'll hang out online.
Right. All right, guys. Thanks again. Do appreciate it. Bye.
All right. See you.